One of my really great pleasures in life is sowing seed. I love the thing of just bringing that tiny bit of what looks like dirt into life and turning it into this wonderful, abundant food and flowers. I just really love it. And here we've experimented with lots of different systems of sowing seed and what seed and varieties suit which system. And the first and commonest, the one that most people do, is sowing into a seed tray. And obviously you just put in your compost, scatter your seeds as far apart as you possibly can. We actually don't use that much here. And the reason is you then have to prick these out. So if you're growing 100 or even 200 different varieties, it becomes very time consuming. But we do use it for certain things. And one of the things actually is tomatoes, because what we find with things that almost you might germinate or get into growth on blotting paper, they really benefit from quite a small amount of growing medium, and that really helps them germinate rather than rot. And tomatoes, which come from a tropical climate, really seem to suit it. The next system that we use really a lot here is the Jiffy. And what we've got here is a tray of Jiffies. And when you rehydrate them, they absorb water and they end up looking like a little chocolate brownie with a dimple in the top. That really suits things where you they don't thrive on root disturbance. And the two classic examples that we always use them for are zinnias and basil. The next system is sowing into the seed's own individual pot. And not surprisingly, that tends to suit the bigger seeds, things like courgette, squash, sweet corn. Quite often I would sow into these. And what I've got here, which I've been sowing today, is sunflowers. And I'm literally sowing one seed into each pot. They germinate, and in about a month's time, I knock them out of the pot and out they go into the garden. Over here is another thing we use a lot, particularly for legumes, so sweet peas and all the beans, so broad beans, French beans and runner beans. And I really wanted to do an experiment with a bean that is sort of famously quite tricky to germinate, which is blue lake climbing, which tends to rot off quite easily. So on exactly the same day, I can tell you, I think it was a month ago, I sowed these into a Rootrainer set and these into these 9cm pots. And you can see what an incredible difference I've got in germination rate. And with this, literally, there's not a single blank. And I don't really know what that is, apart from maybe it's the improved drainage means they don't rot off. But legumes really thrive in Rootrainers. And I'll just show you why by opening up this one, which is a Rootrainer is not only long and thin, which I think is what helps prevent them rotting off, the bigger seed, which of course beans are big seed and so are sweet peas, but also they've got these channels down the side. And so when the bean here germinates, it sends down initially one taproot, which breaks off, it's called air pruning, and then you then get lateral rootlet formation. They then get to the edge of the pot and are directed straight to the bottom of the pot. And you can see that so clearly here, these vertical lines. And that means you're getting a root ball forming more quickly. So sown only a month ago, these are ready to go out now. And if you compare that to the blanks that I've got here, and if I pick up one, first of all, I'd always look underneath to see if there's any white roots. There aren't any. So I then have a rummage, and literally it's just disappeared. It's just not in here anymore. It's just rotted off. And that's what I tend to find happens if I sow them in any other way than this. And then the other thing is the ones that have germinated, if we just look at the difference in root structure. So can you see they're sort of slightly willy-nilly and you haven't got nearly such a brilliant root ball, and yet they were sown on the same day. And so that really for me is just like, I'll never not use a Rootrainer for them ever again. It's just absolutely clear. Another thing that I really love using for sowing to save a lot of time is a gutter pipe. And I just want to show you why they're so time saving, which is, this is a lettuce here. And lettuces, you want to end up, this is a cut and come again lettuce, a green oak leaf. And I want to end up with these spaced about 10 to 12 inches, so up to about 30 centimetres. Now, that means I'm not going to leave them in the relationship that they've germinated in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go between 1 and 2, push that out into its final planting position in the garden. Then move along 30 centimetres, push out 2, move along 30 centimetres. Now these two are very close together, but I can still get between that one and that one without disturbing the root of this one, push that one out, and then that one, and so on. So there's no pricking out and no potting on, so it's incredibly time-saving, and time is money. And so that's why I love those. And then this is another gutter, which is a 2 metre length. And this is a whole row of beetroot. And I just want to show you why this suits beetroot so well. So you can see here already germinating little clutches of seedlings. And that's because beetroot is a multi-germ seed. It has a little sort of clump of seeds in one big, almost it looks like a kind of a tiny mini walnut. And so if you sow one of those or it's more like a little bit of cork actually, into each of these positions, spaced about that far apart, then what you want to do is to leave them in that relationship to each other, put your hand about sort of 45 centimetres down, and then push that first lot of seedlings out. Then you move a bit further up, and these are just sliding straight out into the garden. That one's concertina ring, so I'll just go a bit nearer, push that out, and then get to here, push that out. Now, it's just so quick, so you just swoosh, swoosh them out into the garden, and then when you're harvesting, you then go and harvest this one, and this one the first time round, and you can then go back and harvest this one, and this one about a month later, and it's left that room to grow on. And so it really, really suits, the gutter really suits beetroot sowing. And other things too. I mean, we sow chard and chicory and lots of other things into gutters. So that really is it, a resume of Seed Sowing Systems.